is Astoria, Ditmars Boulevard.
This is the last stop on this train.
Hi everyone, today is September 4th, 2019. It is 4:38 p.m., 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius. I am at the last stop of the N and W trains at the Astoria Ditmars Boulevard station. And today I'll be doing a walk along Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria to Hazen Street, which is the border of East Elmhurst. So this is the terminal station for the N and W trains. This station is undergoing some renovations right now while the station is currently open, unlike the Astoria Boulevard station, which is closed until December of this year. I like the nice floral design that they chose for the windows here. There was a lot of chaos at this station before because they closed off one staircase at a time going to the platform level. Here's Chase Bank. This is a very popular bank for commuters who just get off the subway station to go in and do their banking business. But Ditmars Boulevard is one of the main streets in Astoria. It has a lot of history, a lot of great eating places. That place, Rose and Joe's Italian Bakery across the street, has a very, very good pizzeria inside. It's very small, but you wouldn't think that it has great pizza. But believe me, that guy makes excellent, excellent pizza. I highly recommend it. They also have Mojave across the street, which is very good. There's Igloo Cafe, Paris Baguette, which is actually a new addition to the neighborhood. That's another bakery. Here's the local supermarket, the Key Food of Astoria. A fitness club is here, Rock Fitness. You can see this canopy needs some cleaning. A lot of the pigeons like to use these canopies as like ledges to rest on. And as a result, there's a lot of pigeon poop on them and feathers. Not very sightly. This gigantic store, the TJ Maxx across the street, has recently opened up in Astoria. A lot of discount clothing you can get there and housewares. Capital One Bank is across the street, and Starbucks coffee, very popular with people going to and from the subway trains. I'm going to pause at this corner for a little bit just so I can describe some of the businesses and locations here at Ditmars Boulevard and 31st Street. Note that the subway doesn't go all the way to this intersection. You have to walk a few feet to get here. That truck across the street that says, "Yeah, baby," that's the king of falafel and shawarma. Originally, it was a food truck on Broadway in Astoria, but that expanded into a storefront. And they have two food trucks which I know of, one which is here and one which is on 30th Avenue at 33rd Street. They make very, very good falafels and shawarmas, that's by their name. You have there the Create Eat place. You can make a lot of healthy foods there, put whatever you want. There's a big ingredient list you can make. There's Trattoria L'Incontro, which is one of the highest rated Italian restaurants in Astoria, if not the highest. It's held in very high regard. And look at all this traffic. This is crazy. The Pizza Palace has been a staple of Astoria for as long as I remember. It's always a great place to have a slice of pizza and some Italian food. There's CVS Pharmacy across the street. It's open 24 hours. Hello.
Hola.
We have TD Bank over here. That bus that just left is the Q69 bus. Many commuters actually have a two-fare trip to get home. They get off at the subway here and then they wait for the bus, the Q69, which runs along Ditmars Boulevard. But even though it's a two-fare trip, it doesn't necessarily mean they pay twice, because with a Metro card, the pay-per-ride Metro card, you get a free transfer between the subway and the bus as long as it's within 2 hours of the first use. Bubba's Bistro Southern Cuisine across the street, as well as Fresca Tortilla. Here we have King Penny Housewares and the Ditmars Thrift Shop. This Sterling National Bank, it used to be the Astoria Savings Bank until it merged with the Sterling National Bank. There's Zikos Realty across the street. It sounds Greek, but Astoria in general has a lot of Greek influence, which you'll see when I walk up Ditmars Boulevard. This restaurant across the street, Burgerology, focuses and specializes on hamburgers, if you didn't guess that already. I like the name though. I haven't tried it personally, but I bet you it's very good. You can't have a bad restaurant business in Astoria unless you want to close up shop because no one will go there. You'll have the Boutique Bistro and Bar across the street. Lefkos Pyrgos. It's a Greek bakery. Excellent, excellent Greek bakery. Tasties. And this is Acento, Latin Kitchen and Bar. Never personally tried it, but I bet you they're really good. Hamido Seafood, I think, is a new place. Looks very clean, very good in here. Wadawa, I've tried. Excellent, excellent Japanese restaurant. Taverna Cycladus across the street is a Greek seafood restaurant. They are excellent, believe me. Their lemon potatoes and their smoked fish and everything seafood is great. There can be lines across the, like around the block sometimes when it's high season. Here we have K&T Meats. They've been in the area for a long time. This is a family dental practice. This is Hino Maru Ramen, another excellent place I recommend. I've been there a few times. That store, it says Rivercrest across the street. It used to be a grocery store, a fruit and vegetable stand, but I wonder when they're opening, the Rivercrest. It looks interesting. I know it's been vacant for a long time already. And before I cross the street, I want to show you this mural here. Very nice. Got the Brooklyn Bridge there and the Hellgate Bridge as well as a bald eagle. Looks like a new restaurant's coming to town, the Rosa Toro NYC. They're also hiring, so interesting. A restaurant and Pisco bar. Not exactly sure what a Pisco bar is, but if anybody knows, you can let me know. This is a acai bowl place. We got a cleaners here. You can get your clothing cleaned and dry cleaned. Also altered. Across the street from a laundromat. There's also local kitchen, Brooklyn Bagel and Coffee Company, which is excellent. The Thirsty Koala, which is an Australian restaurant. This is an excellent restaurant as well. I love all their exotic menus. There's Bunchu number 2 is a Thai restaurant, and Sakura Japanese restaurant. Here is VV Bubble Tea. They also have a brown sugar with tapioca drink. I've never tried VV's brown sugar drink, but now that I see it in the window, I may have to give it a try. There's a place across the street called the True Astoria. Interesting. Never eaten there myself, but it looks very good, very clean as well. Here's the Queen's Room. It's actually a bar and pub. This cleaners is closed for the day. Across the street is Olivine. It's a Mediterranean restaurant. There's a nail and spa place across the street as well, and T-Mobile. Here we have a pizzeria, La Pizza Napolata de Tofino. A woodworking company. This is the Pomeroy. You can get a lot of like American style food here. Salads, eggs Benedict, cocktail beers, cocktails, draft beers, small plates. There's a very famous pub across the street, McCann's. There's always a party there whenever there's a major sports event. There's Martha's Country Bakery across the street. Sadly, you can't see it because of the Con Edison truck, but it's very, very good. Here's the Uncle Jack's restaurant, American Bar and Grill. You can get a look at their menu. They also have some outdoor seating.
Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
This is Alba's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Excellent place as well. This is the neighborhood grocery store, the Trade Fair Supermarket. Here we have Oishi Sushi, a Japanese restaurant. A gelateria, which is coming soon, Vanilla Bean, or Vanilla Bean. That's how the way they spelled it. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. And of course, you can't have a walk in New York City without scaffolding. I bet you knew that already. Even across the street, they have matching scaffolding. Something you rarely see. Either it's one side or the other. No cars are coming. Here we have the LIC florist. And this florist does very well because it's right next to the Ferenga Funeral Home. Very old funeral home in the area. Very popular. Across the street there's a pet spa, the Central Park Pet Spa, a cell phone and accessories store, and a drop shipping company, as well as the Bagel House. So I've approached Steinway Street, and the density of the eating places and local businesses decreases as I pass the street. There's a law office across the street. There's also NV Salon and a laser hair removal business. Now, Ditmars Boulevard is unique because it is not a numbered avenue. On the north side, you have 21st Avenue, and on the south side, you have 23rd. If Ditmars Boulevard were to be numbered, this would be 22nd Avenue proper. And actually, back in the day, it used to be called Ditmars Avenue, right before Long Island City and Astoria got incorporated into the larger, greater city of New York. And maybe even it was co-named for a while. Not exactly sure what year that was, but it's an interesting bit of history. There's a fraternal society across the street, Italian fraternal society. I'm just waiting for the street to clear up before I go. So I'm just reading up some history on the boulevard. It was actually a German immigrant who had the last name of Ditmars who named the street. The earliest Ditmars ancestor was Jan Jansen Ditmarsen, and he first settled in Dutch Kills, which is now the northern part of Long Island City, in 1647. And by the water at Ditmars Boulevard and the East River, where Astoria Park is now, was the home of Dr. Dow Ditmars' home. He was actually a very highly esteemed doctor back in the day, and they named the street after him. So that's how Ditmars Boulevard, or Ditmars Avenue, originally got its name. And actually, one of his sons, Abram Ditmars, became the first mayor of Long Island City in 1870. So they even got into politics as well. So as you can see here, Ditmars Boulevard is primarily residential in this area. And I just stepped in a huge uneven surface. It's always good to watch where you walk, make sure you're not stepping into big holes like that. It's very dangerous. Here's a church which is very unique. Doesn't look like any other of the residences and homes along the block here. These are more square. Right now I am passing 43rd Street and just about to pass by the LaGuardia Center, which is actually an outdoor mall. There's a lot of different businesses at this shopping center. It has a parking lot and Has a Rite Aid pharmacy on site, a bank, a pizzeria, which is very good, the Portobello Pizzeria. There's also a pet land here and a laundromat, Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins, as well as a supermarket. Across the street you have Forno Siciliano, a brick oven pizzeria restaurant. But here I'm entering the LaGuardia Center. I'll just show you some of the businesses here. I like this shopping mall a lot. It can get a little bit crowded during the weekends, but during the weekday like this, a little bit after 4:30, it's very, very comfortable. There's a fitness club, Matrix Fitness. Subway, the fast food chain. Ridgewood Savings Bank. Here's Portobello Pizzeria, which is excellent. I really love their broccoli Rob slice. It's excellent. Here's a discount store, 99 cents and up. A hair studio. We've got a liquor store here. A laundromat. Baskin-Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts combined. And the entrance to the Berry Fresh Farm supermarket. It's a very good neighborhood supermarket. I actually prefer this one over the Key Food and the Trade Fair supermarket. I remember when this shopping center first opened up, this end where Berry Fresh is right here, it used to be home to a business called West Coast Video, and they rented out VHS tapes and DVDs as well as video games. Didn't last too long though. They actually competed with Blockbuster Video back in the day. To my knowledge, there's only one Blockbuster Video left. And to think that they're still surviving is amazing. They also get a lot of support from the community and people who donate just to keep the store running again. It is nostalgic to see VHS tapes being rented and being offered. As for West Coast Video, I have no idea where they are now. I also find it kind of funny how West Coast Video came to New York City, which is on the East Coast. So West Coast Video comes to the East Coast. That would make it an East Coast Video, right? I don't know. There's also an underground parking lot here. But anyway, I'm going to continue on my walk up Ditmars Boulevard. Sounds like someone's car alarm came off. In New York City, it's the city that never sleeps because you got sounds like that going off all the time. People screaming, the subway, cars hitting potholes.
Yeah. There's a bag here in there from them.
As you can see, this area gets very, very quiet right now. This is a residential building the Pistilli Grand Manor. Used to be a former industrial building that's been converted into residential properties. The units seem to have high ceilings, just judging by the size of the windows. So Hazen Street is about 4 blocks away. Maybe one day I'll do a walk of Hazen Street as well. This Cube Smart self-storage is where a lot of New Yorkers store their belongings when they run out of space in their apartments or living spaces. It's very common here to pay high property values or rent out small apartments, and then when they run out of space they have to either consolidate, which a lot of New Yorkers are willing to do, but for those who want to keep their belongings they have to pay extra for the storage and bring it to places like that. Here we have a Chinese restaurant, a liquor store, and the express laundromat. So there's still some local services for people in the area who live here to go to. They don't have to go all the way back to the train station, which is about 16 blocks away. I really like these buildings. The brickwork is very nicely done. They've got nice banisters and staircases. Looks like someone's renovating the doorway here, or at least painting over it. Here we have a Corvette. Very interesting. You don't see too many of those cars around anymore. These streets are very interesting in that there's no traffic lights. Sounds like someone's having trouble starting their car. There's Sergio's Pizza and Deli across the street. Never tried them personally, but maybe I will when this walk is over. Okay, if any of you are squeamish about seeing this, I advise you to skip ahead a little bit because I'm about to show you a dead pigeon. Oh, it's not a dead pigeon, it's a plastic bag. From the sunlight behind the tree there, it looked like it was. But roadkill is very common to see in New York City. I oftentimes see dead pigeons, squirrels, even cats. I always feel bad when I see a cat that's run over in the road. I mean, they always say cats have 9 lives, but the fact of the matter is, if you get run over by a car, you're not having another life left. It's very, very dangerous, especially for an animal of their size, to get hit by a fast-moving vehicle like that. And now I've reached the end of this walk at Hazen Street. If you're curious, Hazen Street runs along the border of East Elmhurst with Astoria. And if you keep on going towards the north, you'll hit Rikers Island. And the only way to get onto Rikers Island via the public is by taking the public bus or by driving in, because they don't allow any pedestrian traffic on that bridge at all. But if you'd like to know more about my experience at Rikers Island when I tried to go there and film at least the parking lot area, you can check out my video in the upper right corner. I'll leave a link to it. It's a very interesting experience. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video of Ditmars Boulevard, be sure to give this video a big like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon so you know when I'll post a new video. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.